Settle down. Thank you. I love you too. I love you too. Hey, first off, damn. I've been doing this 23 years. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard right there. That was awesome, man. Hey, T-Mobile, we hope to hear you. I love this company. This is my home. This is where my heart is. This is where all the great things in my life have come from. It's WFG with this family right here. So it's my honor to get a chance to close this out. Has this not been an absolutely incredible experience? What an amazing. I just want to thank all of the speakers. You just all brought your A game. I want to thank the home office. I want to thank my brother, Tim Story, for delivering today. Give Tim a round of applause. Let me ask you a question, because let me say something to you. I'm going to talk 95% about you today. I came to talk to you, and I just pray, Lord, you give me the right words today for these beautiful people. I love you, and I want, people say all the time, hey, you're a great speaker. If you knew me really well, you would know I'm not a great speaker. You would know that some crazy things happen with God sometimes when he puts me on stage. I love the Lord, and I'm so praying today that he gives me the right words for you. Let me ask you a question. Have you been getting a sense the last couple of days that maybe life has something better in store for you? Have you been getting that feeling like those butterflies in your stomach? You know what I'm talking about, right? Those butterfly feelings. All great things in life come right after the butterflies, by the way. And if you're not getting those feelings, you best find them in the next 40 minutes. Because let me tell you something, those of you that said, yes, your life can be better. You can be happier. And I know you said, listen to me. The same God that breathed life into you, when he breathed life into you, he breathed a dream into your soul. And when I say God, you listen, when I say God throughout this talk, that's how you see God, not how I see God. Your version of God. You see it your way as we talk about this today. Your version. But let me say to you right now, he breathed a dream into your soul. In fact, there'd be no other reason for you to be born. There's no other reason for you to be born. What would life be like without a dream? Without the ability to help other people, to contribute, to have a chase, to have a reason to be here. And when you were little, you knew it, didn't you? You knew there was something special about you. You were a little boy, little girl, you had this sense about you, like, you know what? My life's supposed to be special. I'm going to do something great. And then from the first time somebody at school bullied you, or criticized you, or you made a mistake, or your parents said, no, don't do that, no. We start moving further and further away from God, from our dream. But you were born, and by the way, your dream isn't even what you think it is. A dream is a feeling. It's not a jet or a car or a house or an amount of money. It's how you think those things will make you feel. A dream is a feeling. And by the way, most of those dreams are going to show up looking completely different than you expected to. The person you're married to is probably not an identical twin to who you dreamed of when you were a kid. I doubt when you were 6 years old you went, I want to be in this thing where we recruit people and sell life insurance. That was your dream. Am I right? Dreams show up in different ways because it's not what they look like or what they are, because you're not unhappy right now because of what you don't have in your life. You're not unhappy because you don't have a car. The reason you're unhappy is the feelings in your life do not match up to what your dream is inside, to what you know you could feel like. And here's the irony of it. I just want to get you to get this. God sowed that dream into your heart for one reason, a God-sized dream. I'm talking about the big one. The one where you're proud of you, where you're strong, where you're faithful, where you're confident, where you're contributing, where you feel like you're on path to your destiny. He sowed that dream into your heart to draw you closer to him. I just want you to understand that when you move away from your dream, when you quit this, if you do, you are not just quitting this, you are quitting getting closer to the man or woman you were born to be, and ultimately closer to God when you move away from chasing your dream. I want you to get it. I want you to understand what's on the line here. Just your dadgum destiny, just your family's future for generations is on the line here. Because let me tell you why. God knows for you to achieve your biggest dreams, you will inevitably come to the conclusion that you need him. He will draw you closer to him by you chasing the dream. Because you will arrive at a point when you're chasing your dream where what you know is not enough. How well trained you are is not enough, man. And if you're smart, you'll come to the conclusion, I don't quit, I go to my faith, I go to my strength, I persevere, I move forward, I rise higher. That's the conclusion you come to. And you'll have to forgive me today if I'm fired up, but it's just 30,000 of my favorite freaking people in the world. And I know this company, I know how special we are. You step back and look at what a miracle it is you're here. What a miracle it is this company exists. We're a company of destiny. Every time we've hit a critical moment, and we're at one right now, by the way, we always find a way to go to the next level. We always rise higher. Don't quit. I don't like when they say, stand up if this is your first convention. I don't like that crap, because I don't think about that. I think about where were these precious souls that were so excited last year? What happened to my beautiful brothers and sisters? Along the way, like most people, they suffer from average. Average is like this injection of anesthetic into your life. It numbs you. It's like a slow asphyxiation. You eventually succumb to it. You just go back to being average and ordinary. So you gotta rely on your faith during those times. Are you with me on that? Say yes.
Yes.
It's interesting how God works on this stuff too, because He only gives us the exact, each of us has the exact amount of time every day. We get 86,400 seconds every day. And you can pray all day, but if you don't plant the seeds, there's no harvest. So listen to me, how you use those 86,400 seconds needs to change. You gotta do something about you. This isn't all rah-rah and hype and bubblegum and dreams and rainbows. You gotta fix it and start do something about you. Because listen to me, winners win and losers lose. And if you got a culture in your life right now, and it's okay. Some of you say to me, you don't know how messed up my life is, man. The disarray, it's a mess. Listen to me, your mess does not disqualify you from making your dream come true. You are not disqualified because your life's a mess. In fact, maybe it's supposed to be right now. You're supposed to do something great with your life, but you either build a culture of winning in your life, where you keep the promises you make to yourself, and you get small win after small win after small win, or you build a culture in your life of blaming other people. You're either going to be a victim or a victor, not both. And I want to get one thing straight with you, by the way. I like Transamerica. We are not a gosh-darn Transamerica company. We're a transformation company. That's what we are. Stop talking so dadgum much about sophisticated, impressive things and start to talk to people's dreams and their hearts and how we transform their lives. You'll find folks a whole lot less skeptical than when you just keep trying to impress them with how special we are. Let's be real. I'm a complete goofball, so are you. But when you start talking to people's hearts and their dreams and their souls, you can enroll someone who won't quit here. But if you play to their motives, motives are money, cars, houses. That's motivation. You play to someone's motives. But if you inspire, the root of inspire is to be in spirit. Be inspirational, not motivational. In spirit of the things that really matter to those people. Does that make sense? Everybody say yes.
Yes.
So, people say time is precious. I don't think you understand how precious it is. The average person now, I know about that 100-year video. Let me just give you the facts. The average person lives 78 years. 78, right now. By the way, men are catching up to women because we're driving y'all so friggin' crazy you're dying sooner than we It's true. But actually, you don't get 78 years, man. You don't get 78. Because you spend 28 of those years asleep. Literally, the average person. By the way, they also say of those 28 years, the average human being who's distraught and empty, without a dream, worried, stressed, knowing they're not on path to getting closer to God, to chasing their dream, to becoming who they were born to be, all that crap, they spend 11 hours of those 28 up at night worrying and stressed. Then mix in work, that's 10 and a half hours, sitting in traffic, internet, TV, basic chores, childcare, stuff like that. Let me tell you what it leaves you. The average person lives a full life of 8 years of living. 8 years, that's what you get. And what matters in those 8 years are those moments where you do get the butterflies. Every great moment in your life came right after the butterflies. High school football game, your wedding day, the day your kids were born. Did you get that little tickle? You know the tickle? Yes or no? You know what I'm talking about? That's God going, hello, you're about to do something special. You should be getting them right now. How many of you are getting them right now? That means you belong here. That means you belong here. You wouldn't be getting them if you didn't belong here. Because I didn't give you them, you didn't give you them. Where'd they come from? Isn't it the most bizarre feeling in your entire life with those butterflies? You catch them sometimes, you're like, what? You ever get them like that? Because it didn't come from you. It's in going, right thing. Chase it. When we get older, we avoid the butterflies. When we were a kid, we ran towards them. When we get older, we run away from things that make us uncomfortable. You will be punished for being comfortable almost always in your life. You'll be punished for comfort. You'll be rewarded for chasing uncomfortable, uncertain things. In fact, the quality of your life most of the time is going to be made up by how much uncertainty you can deal with at any given time. Ask any person in this room, you know a leader in this room who's not in their game anymore? They tried to get really comfortable, they got comfortable, and now they're miserable and don't work anymore. They were far happier when they were broke, chasing it in the base shop. Far happier when they were trying to get wealthy, when they got wealthy, because now they're comfortable. Comfort is a formula. Something just go off? Just my heart going off. Okay. It's my pacemaker, sorry. They were far happier when they were in the chase. And so, life's going to come down to what you do at the same exact time everybody else has gotten in their life. Does that make sense to you? Yes or no? So let me say something to you. Why do most people not win then? I think about this all the time. Like, if they all know this, we got this dream, we got the butterflies, we got the company, why do so many people not win? I honestly believe that you get out of life what you believe you deserve. 5 years from now, you are going to get out of this life exactly what you believe you deserve to get. And that is also true of now. So if you don't do something about changing what you think you are worth, you could be in WFG or you could be a school teacher delivering garden, it doesn't matter. You will still get the same results out of life based on what you deserve. What we've been trying to do with this monkey show the last 3 days is parade a bunch of people up here who convince you deserve it and can do it too. That's what we're trying to get across. You gotta drop this idea that you can't. You gotta stop worrying about what everybody thinks about you. Because listen to me, if you spend your life worrying about what everybody thinks about you, let me make you a guarantee. Nobody will think about you after you're dead. You will be never thought of again. You'll spend your entire life, actually get a bigger applause than that. That was pretty good. You gotta stop trying to just survive this life. You gotta rise higher, you gotta want to excel, you gotta go for it, you gotta have some belief. The reason people don't win is fear. Fear is this most insidious, terrible disease in mankind. In fact, I believe it causes most other diseases. It pushes you further away from your dream, further away from God. It ages you, it worries you, it creates despair in your life. See, if you continue to give into your fears, you're going to continue to live an average, ordinary life, and you weren't born for that. Let me tell you something. The French have this amazing saying that I love. When we miss people in the U.S., we say, I miss you. The French don't say that. It's beautiful what they say. They say, you're missing from me. Isn't that sweet? I say that to somebody all the time. You're missing from me. Like a piece of them is missing. And we don't know it right now, but there are millions of people around the world right now that feel like something is missing from them. And we have it. It's called hope. It's called an opportunity. It's called a dream. There was a mother that got up this morning somewhere in this country or in Canada. She's a single mom. She's got 2 little girls. And she dropped them off at daycare, and she got in her car, and she's sad. And she's empty. And she's driving to a place where she knows there's no hope. There's no future. She's moved so far away from her dream. She goes to church every Sunday and prays and prays and prays. But she's not connecting to God because she's not chasing anything. She's not after her dream. She reads the scripture, she does what she does, but it doesn't fill her heart because she's not embodying it in her life. And she looks around work and she knows where her future is. She knows where she's not going to go, what she's not going to see, who she's not going to become, what's not going to happen in her life. And she lives every day with emptiness and turmoil. And she doesn't know it yet, but you're missing from her. You are missing from her. The power of WFG is when you get out of yourself and you begin to know what we can do for that other person, to give them a dream, to give them a shot, to give them hope, is a beautiful gift that you have here. And I want you to fall in love with that again. When we leave here today, you should be all over your telephone. And some of these people are going to reject you. They're going to think you're crazy. You got dream stealers all over your life. Just get ready. You're going to have haters forever. I have them. Heck, half of them are probably in our company. Right? I don't care. I'm going to live and win. You're either being talked about You're either being talked about or you talk about others. I've decided to live my life having everybody talk about me. I don't got time to worry about what they think, and neither do you. Amen, yes or no? So, I probably should get into some of my notes, right? See, this job she has is a bribe that pays her just enough to give up on her dream and to forget about it. They bribed her, and she bought the bribe because she's got to provide for her family. She has no future. It erodes her sense of self-esteem. I say her dream and your dream is worth finding. Yes or no? What's the benefit, by the way, of fear and not chasing your dream? What's the benefit? There is no benefit. I think sometimes they say, well, I won't die. Like it's going to protect you from dying? No, you can't get out of this alive. You can't get out of this life alive, man. It will protect you from, it'll hinder you from living though. That's what fear will do. So I want to challenge you to be living again. See, there's two lanes in life. There's two. There's the cool lane, where you kind of party, you pretend everything's cool. That's about where everybody is in this lane. They're cool, they kind of chill on the weekend, they do their thing, they kind of fake they're happy. But if you really look at them close, they're not happy. You find me a human being who was given a blessing in their life and has a purpose and isn't chasing it, and I will find you an unhappy human being. You show me somebody whose their circumstances may be a mess. Things in their life may be in disarray. People hating on them, people betraying them. They're hurting, but they got hope. They got a dream. They're chasing something. I'll take their life. Lane number two is chasing down a dream lane. It's wide freaking open. And I've gotten to know a lot of these dream chasers just through doing my show. And let me tell you, these people, J-Lo, works her ass off. Let me just tell you, the Bella Twins work their butt off. Tim Story grinds all the daggone time. Dominic Cruz grinds all the time. The Rock grinds all the time. There's a hard-working, not so cool, after it, not beautiful lane to run life in. You got to accept, if you're in the other lane, you got to change lanes now. You got to say, I'm going to get after it like I've never gotten after it before. I'm going to do something about me. Stop making excuses. Stop pointing at other people. Listen, your upline's probably a dummy. They're probably not going to help you. You probably aren't going to get good training. You probably don't know what you're doing. Maybe they're unethical. So what? Win anyway. I'll give you every single one of your excuses. I can't win because I'm a woman or a man or black or white or Asian. I got it. Win anyway. I'll give you all your excuses. Because when you're dead, you just die with your excuses. Win anyway. Yes or no? Yes. See, in every family, you look at successful families like these people on my show, or some of the people you see up there, here's what you need to understand. In every family that you see that's successful, at one time they weren't. They weren't successful. They were average and ordinary or poor or screwed up. They were messed up. And then the one arrived. The one showed up. The one person in every family that changed that family tree forever. And it's, guess who it is? It's you. That's why you're here. That's why you're in this room. By definition, it's you. By the way, your family, just like mine, didn't have the slightest clue that it was me. They'll tell you later we always knew, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I had all the interventions you've heard about. You're the one. You're the one that rises up and says, listen, I don't friggin' like the way the world treats my family. I'm tired of the world pushing my family around. I'm going to rise up, and it's not going to happen because you like it, dream it, or even pray for it, even though you must do all of those things. It's going to give you what you'll fight for. What you will fight for, because you're going to get knocked down. You know how often you get knocked down? That ought to be a good indication to you you're in a fight. Get up, swing back, be bold, expect the hits. The separator is the one in every family. I'm the one in mine. Olsen's the one in his. Foley's the one in his. The question is, are you the one? Because not everybody in your family knows it. Who thinks they're the one? Say yes. Yeah. You are the one. I'll tell you straight up, you're the one. I'm fired up. Holy crap, I'm fired up. So, what do most people do to hide from their dreams? What do? I'll tell you what they do. Men, you especially. They become fans of other things and other people. You ever meet these fans? Some of you dudes are in here. I'm going to call you out right now. You're never going to do it again. How many of you have ever met another grown man who wears the uniform of a professional sports team? You ever met these dudes? How many of you know somebody like that in your family? Maybe right in this room. They wear literally a jersey with another man's name on the back of it. Kobe! LeBron! Can you imagine Crosby? Can you imagine a grown man that delusional? You ever talk to him? Hey man, we're gonna win this thing Sunday. I'm like, dude, you're not winning shit Sunday. You're not playing. You're not playing. What are you talking about? Trust me right now, Kobe and LeBron are not wearing these red shirts anywhere. They don't wear your uniform and you shouldn't be wearing theirs. It's hilarious to me. Excuse my language. But we're gonna win Sunday. You're so broke you don't even go to the game, man. You watch it on TV. We won. And literally it dictates how happy or sad they are. They remove themselves so far from their own lives, they begin to root for total strangers on a television. Except it's worse than that, because you're not even really rooting for the people, because nobody stays on the same team anymore. So you're really rooting for, like, laundry. You cheer for clothing. Because I promise you, the people in Miami love LeBron until he changed his laundry. Now he's wearing the wrong laundry, so I no longer like him anymore. He's no longer on my team because our laundry is different. So I want you to think about that for a minute. Is that the most insane thing you've ever heard in your life? But millions, we're in a fan culture. People say, how do you get all these great people on your show? Because I'm not a fan, I'm their friend. I don't wear their uniform, I'm their friend. I'm engaged in my life and they like that a lot. I'm winning in my life and I like their winning in their life and then we talk about it. Okay? Stop being a fan. Just call people out who do it. They are literally cheering for laundry. What a waste of life, yes or no? Cheer for your own life, because speaking of fans, by the way, your children are gonna have heroes. See, you ever go to your kids' sports games or a recital at Christmas time or something? When you go, there's hundreds of kids there sometimes, right? Who do you see? You see yours. You kind of see the other ones, most like the one kid who's like not singing, you kind of notice him. But the rest of them, you're looking at your kid the whole time, aren't you? Is that what you're doing? The whole time. You can't take your eyes off it, because they're yours. I got news for you. Your kids are doing that with you. They don't see everybody else, they see daddy. They see mama. And at some point in their life, man, hey, at some point in their life, they're gonna figure out who you are. We all got to an age where we figured out who our mom and dad was. We still loved them, but we figured out who they were in the world, what they were made of, what they achieved, whether they were a dream chaser, whether they were rising higher, whether they were respected, whether they had contributed. We figured it out, didn't we? Your kids are going to figure it out, because it's even more important, because if they don't do good in a game, you love on them and they get better. But if you're not winning, you teach them what life is possible. You teach them where their future is. You give them a view of the world. So right now, you got to ask yourself, how good a job are you doing of making your kids your actual hero if they knew how things really were? If they had a camera on daddy or mama all day in WFG, what would they see you doing all day? Because what I see a lot of people do in WFG is they're 80-20. They're 80% in, 20% doing some other stuff. They got a legal deal, they are bowling or some other focus. They're not obsessed. Your obsessions become your possessions. But you can't do anything great in life if you're 80-20. You're kind of in, you're kind of not. If you're an 80-20 human being, by definition, you're in the 80. You are average. You got to get fully immersed in this. You got to go fully in, fully after. I love the theory we have of, hey man, make sure your part-time income passes your full-time income, and then save a bunch of money and then come full-time. Of course, that happens like never. Becomes a point in your life where you call a shot and you go for it. Now you got to be reasonable. You got to be smart. Don't do anything stupid. Don't put your family in jeopardy. But at one point, you got to go into the uncertain. At one point, it better give you butterflies. In fact, if going full-time is just completely predictable for you, totally easy to do with no butterflies, you're probably going to fail. You're probably going to fail. There should be some anticipation. There should be some awkwardness about it. I hope you all hear me on that. Yes or no? You want to know if you can get excited? See, I think human beings can become experts in anything if they get total immersion in it. My dad has cancer. I knew nothing about cancer 2 years ago. I think I know more than half the dudes at MD Anderson now. I know a lot about liposarcoma. I'm not a doctor, but it became incredibly important to me. I read on it, asked questions, met with people, and I consider myself, I certainly can't do surgery, I can't cure cancer, but I know a whole lot about it when I did 2 years ago because it became so important to me. If WFG is that important to you, and you fully immerse 100%, not 80-20, but all the way in, you can become an expert at this in a very short period of time, just like you could in any other topic. Say yes, yes. See, Man, I haven't gotten my notes, sorry. I can't keep going. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Love you, man. Let me show you up here. Can we go to PowerPoint? I want to show you something, and it's to illustrate a point to you. That's one of my homes. It's a beautiful home. I show you that. I do it to sell you the dream, but not really. I want to make a point to you. It's one of the more beautiful homes you'll ever see in your life. I want you to take note, though, of the rocks in the front of it. Just take a look at the rocks. That's it at night. You see the rocks there? It's literally a beautiful home. And that home was a dream of mine for about 8 years. I drive on this lake and I tell my family, well, Daddy's gonna buy that land someday. I had a vision for what the house would look like, and people told me I was crazy. The guy who owned the land is now a very good friend of mine. Never wanted to sell it, but I kept coming around. I kept knocking on his door. I kept knocking on his door. I kept knocking on his door. I'm not gonna sell, Eddie. I'm not gonna sell. I said, well, when you're ready, I'm the guy. And then finally, I caught him in a weak moment, and he basically made a ridiculous offer to me, and I did it anyway. And I wrote a check for stuff that made me very uncomfortable at the time. And I was all excited about my dream. Everybody was telling me not to do it. Does this sound familiar to you or not? But it was a dream that I had. And then I bought the land. I was all fired up about it. I brought the architect and the construction people out there, and they're like, oh boy. This is granite everywhere. This is going to be a whole lot harder than you thought. This whole hill's built on rock, and the problem is, in the middle of the hill you bought are natural springs. And the water flows off the top of the hill, so you can't build anywhere near where you wanted to put this house. I think this land could be worthless. You think of shock? See, what happens is when you start chasing a dream, typically you go lower before you go higher. And so they said, well, what we have to do is we have to blow this place up. So they started taking jackhammers out there, 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand. $3,000 an hour. I'm counting these hours of watching these guys jackhammer and blow apart what was going to be my dream. Then that didn't work. They came, we got to blow it up. We got to dynamite it. Then I had to go get permission for everything. They dynamited the whole property. Boom! And it looked literally like Beirut. It looked like literally like a bomb was dropped on my property. Rock everywhere. A complete mess. Running springs through the property. And I'd spent $1 million. Everyone's laughing at me. Friends of mine were laughing, talking bad about me. Does this sound familiar? And I brought the architect out one day. His name's Eric. And he goes, Eddie, this is all going to be okay, man. I see the vision. I know we're going to build here. This thing's going to be a masterpiece, brother. It's going to be a masterpiece. Then it rained and flooded the whole property. And it was just a mess. I was sitting out there one day. I honestly sat there alone. I thought, I can't tell my family how bad I screwed this up. If they knew how bad things were right now, after I talked all this smack about this big dream I had, does any of this sound familiar? And Eric said, I see the masterpiece, man. It's okay. He goes, hey, it's going to be a beautiful, we just have to build the foundation deeper. See, you need to enroll your architect in the building of this thing. Because what he's doing with you right now, the bigger the building, the deeper the foundation has to be. You don't see the foundation when people build something in their life. You need to enroll him. He sees you and your life as the masterpiece when he breathed life into you. He sees the masterpiece that is you. And typically once you start going to work on your masterpiece, it becomes a complete mess everywhere. And that's when most people quit, because life gets worse. Sometimes when God fills your dream with a heart, he's going to take you lower before he takes you higher. And that's when most people give up. Listen to me. That's when most people give up, when everyone's pointing at how messy it is. And it's a zoo. And you think, man, I've made a huge mistake here. I had all these big dreams. It looks nothing like what I pictured. And then piece by piece, they started selling me on the whole property. What I want you to see are the rocks. Because guess what? That very mess, go back guys, that very mess, those rocks, are what now hold my property up. What I didn't know the whole time, he was blowing up all that granite, blowing up all those rocks. That is the granite that we blew up. All those rocks you see right there, all of them that you see, he used to literally build and hold up the property. It's literally what protects my house now from the lake. Are the rocks we blew up, is the mess. The Lord literally took the mess that I had created and used the very mess I had screwed up to protect my house. And that's what he did. They're everywhere. You come to my property first, everybody says, what the heck, where'd you get all these rocks? I said, we blew them all up. They were here from the start. There's a deep foundation there. And by the way, all those running springs are now beautiful waterfalls. The one right down the side of my house. He used those springs to make it even more beautiful. But what I did is I stayed with the vision. I stayed believing in the masterpiece. I stayed focused on it. Now nobody talks smack about that house. Now nobody tells me I was crazy. How'd you do it? How'd you do it? I know how I did it. I'm gonna tell you how I did it. I'm gonna tell you how I did it. Let me show you something. I got a book that's coming out next week. It's called Max Out Your Life. And 1995. It's 100 pages. And here's what I want to thank two women, first of all, just because typically, like in everything in life, women do all the work, right? So two women helped me with this book. I just want to thank. One is Sarah Centrella, who was on my show. Isn't it Sarah? And the second person is Nicole Wendt, who's in the room here today. So I just want to thank Nicole. They literally wrote this book with me. I want to thank both of them. And so it's kind of a masterpiece to me. It's 100 pages of like real strategy. It's going to elevate personal development and self-improvement to a level. Every book I read right now on personal development, self-improvement, it's the same stuff with a different author. Isn't it? Like have a dream, have a vision, be positive, say it out loud. You ever hear that? Say it out loud. It's the same stuff since Napoleon Hill wrote it 100 years ago. So this will elevate personal development. I get into your brain, how to program your reticular activating system, how to have a morning routine, how habits work, all kinds of stuff. Here's the reason I pointed out to you, I'm not selling you the book. I want my WFG family to have this book, and so I'll buy it for you. Okay? So,
whoa!
It's on me, just for you. So up to.
Whoa!
Hey, you haven't even read the book yet. Maybe it sucks, right? You gotta, you do need to pay the shipping. I'm not shipping it to you. So you in the US, you need to pony up like $2 or something. And so I just want WFG and all my family to have it. I learned all these things in WFG. I want my family to grow. So up to 50,000 books I'm just gonna give to y'all. So this is between you and me, even though it's on YouTube right now probably. If you go to maxoutbook.com, don't go to maxoutbook.com because that's some lady's book. Go to maxoutbook.com, don't go to Amazon and buy it. You go there and you put in the promo code WFG, the book's free. Okay? That's my gift to you, because I want to help you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You know what you could do? You know what you could do? That's right. You know what you could do? You could like write a review on Amazon even though you didn't buy it there. You could subscribe to my podcast and my YouTube and that kind of. You could have your notifications on, but other than that, the book's free, and I hope that you you know what I mean. I hope that you like it. So I think you're welcome. Okay, you're welcome. Stop it, that's good. That's good. So, the thing I love about WFG though, this book will help you do it, is it allows you to compete again. People say this all the time, but this has been my sport for 25 years. Since Steve Adams recruited me and Rich and Cindy Thawley trained and developed me, I want to thank both of them for changing my life. I'm going to tell you straight up right now, this has been my sport for 25 years. It'll be my sport the next 25 years. Not a hobby to me. I don't have a lot of hobbies. I play golf maybe 7-8 times a year now. This is what I do, change people's lives. I love the idea of WFG. I love what we're about. I'll give you an example of this. You look at the world today. Look around the world today. Is the world not a mess right now? We are so divided everywhere we go. Yes or no? Are we divided? Yes. Man, you turn the news on, my gosh, I mean, everyone hates each other. Everybody's blaming somebody else for their life. One political party, you know, you're a white guy, so your enemy is like Mexican immigrants. Like somehow your life sucks because there's Mexican immigrants in the country. Never made any sense to me. If you're a Christian, your enemy's a Muslim. The other party, you know, like if your enemy's a white guy, whatever, right? Like they all pick an enemy, and we all like, hey, yeah, my life sucks because of them. No, my life sucks because of them. And you watch the news all day long, and everybody's life sucks, and they blame each other. Yes or no? True? And what I think is that there should be a force for good in the world, a movement that got a whole lot bigger that proves that's not true. What if there was a movement, like a business movement, let's just say, that could enroll millions and millions of people? It's big enough, the industry's big enough, the company's big enough, the vision's big enough, the backing's big enough, the world is big enough, that you could have millions and millions of people in a movement that's a force for good. That says, guess what? You can have ownership, you can have hope, you can have a dream, you can have your version of your faith, you can win for your family. And guess what? The only way you get it is by working with other people. You gotta have Christians and Muslims and gays and straight and black and white and Hispanics and Asians all in one company. in the world. It said enough is enough because the world is going in the wrong direction. I used to think WFG was a great business. I thought it could make my dream come true. I could make it save a bunch of money, make a big difference across the kitchen table, and we do all of that, and those are amazing things we do. But I think we have a higher calling now. I think this is a watershed moment in the world of whether WFG, and here's how we get there. We must find more leaders. We can't get there with the leaders we have. We have to find thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of new leaders who say, I'm in, I got it, I'm planting my feet. This is where I stand. This is where I make it or I don't make it. I don't care how the wind blows, how many times I get knocked down. I believe in this cause. I believe in the mission. I believe what we stand for. Listen to me. We're a good company. We're a good company. You're a good person. Intentions matter. You deserve to win. We deserve to win. Look around the room and look just for a second. T-Mobile, do it. Look at the beauty in the room. Look at it. People, all different kinds of people. Loving each other, high-fiving each other, hugging each other, believing in each other, telling them I love you, I believe in you, I care about you. And we back it up by winning together. It's incredible what we do, and we take it for granted. We sometimes don't step back and look at the beauty of what we have here. This is the single greatest company in the world. There's nothing like it. What's the alternative? You can go sell some real estate. You can go dabble in legal work. What the hell else is someone going to do with it? You just want to own a business that makes money? You want to spend your life just making money? Do you know how many rich friends I have that are empty? They're more empty. It's magnified how empty they are once they got a bunch of money because they still haven't found a cause. They still haven't found a dream. They still haven't found a message. This should be your home forever. You should make that decision right now. Listen to me. Listen to me. You should make that decision right now. You should decide that no matter how long it takes, no matter how bad it gets, no matter how much turmoil you're in, that this is where you're going to make it. This is where you're going to plant your feet. Listen, you feel the butterflies? Listen to me. The ladies in the room, let me say something to you. If you have not heard this from your dude today, or recently, you're beautiful. You're perfect as exactly the way you are. See, I want the men to hear this too, because you guys are too. But let me say something. The more and more I've been in WFG, the more I watch the women in this company and all you do between your families,